Bom dia a todos. Good morning, everyone. So I have these 40 minutes to inspire you all, and it's hard because there are so many bright people and smart people in the room, but I'll try to do this. So my idea now is to invite everyone to invest time on time. Because sometimes we are rushed, we are going on companies, stressed and everything, but we forget to connect with ourselves, with our essence, right? So I invite you to come and be a little bit more connected with ourselves. Please, the slide. Okay, there as well. Can you put there, the slide? Yeah. But anyway, we can go starting. Please feel relaxed now. It's a time to invest in ourselves. If you want, if you feel comfortable, we can take out the lights, which means is shut down our eyes. Maybe connect with an in-breath and an out-breath. In-breath, out-breath. So let the mood come. Now is the moment for presence. Understand that's nothing to do right now. Just connect with yourself. Just feel the natural rhythm of your breath. Feel how it's natural and how it's organic. If there is any thought that comes into your mind, let it pass like clouds in the sky. Feel the presence. You are alive now. Take these moments for you. So in your own time, open your eyes. Let's land on Earth, if we can. If we can't, we follow on our dreams. And, well, I have now 10 more minutes. I have 35 slides. And you will see the fastest presentations you've ever seen in your whole life. That I will guarantee, okay? The thing is that I wanted to bring lots of things from Brazil, lots of insights, and try to inspire, so that's why I'm bringing several slides. I will share my presentation. I invite all the presenters to share their presentation after it, so we don't need to like point out things and stuff. So let's move on with the presentation. I just need, yes. I always like to start with a very important thing, which is art. And sometimes we forget about art in our lives, you know? Even though we're working at big corporations, it's very interesting to remember about art. And this is a very nice example of romantic art, okay? And when you compare It's very contemporary art, which is Anthony Gormley. It's very interesting to see the changes, you know? There is aesthetics, but there are so many, I don't know, maybe intuition, so many intention on it, and I really like especially this kind of art, which is a man standing in front of a wall, you know? What does that mean? I don't know, but I think it's a very interesting way to think, you know? The times they are changing. The times they are changing, and in Brazil there are happening so many things. This photo here is a photo that I took in Rio de Janeiro, and like 20 minutes before a tear gas bomb exploded 50 meters from myself. You know why? Because people are going in the streets protesting against what they think are happening, how the public service is going on, the corruption, and the whole system. There is some problem with the hegemonic companies and the capitalism in itself, and people are going to the streets to protest against it. Here you can see some photos as well from Brazil, from the group called Black Box, in which they are putting down several big corporations like Kia Motors, Hyundai, and Itaú, which is the largest Latin American bank. You know, why this is happening? You know, this is happening as well in Tunisia, in Libya. This is happening as well in Spain, which has a huge rate of unemployment. In Chile, people are going to the streets to talk about education, reform education, everything. In Turkey, we say the same thing. You know, more and more people go in the street to protest. Why? Why is that? We should never stop questioning, never. Maybe a good answer for it is that we are entering now in an age of empowered people. We can see that in the Arab Spring, 2011. These are photos from the parks and the squares, which people gathered, and they had the help from Twitter, from Facebook, from YouTube that gathered information, international vision on what was happening. And this happened 6 to 7 months ago in Brazil. So take a look, how interesting is the photo of a man. And here, from who know Brazil, this is Palácio da Esplanada, which is the most important public building in Brazil. You know, and people took it. Here are the streets of Rio, with almost 1 million people. Here is the streets of São Paulo, with more than 1 million people. So that's happening now. A very good example of it is this article written on Forbes, which talks about social power and the coming corporate revolution. You should take a look. And now I'm going even faster. The age of communities is what we're going to talk about today. So I took this from Vinoba Bahebe, which was the successor from Gandhi, a spiritual leader and a very good friend. He said, individual and family well-being lay in the well-being of the community and society as a whole. Such well-being can only be achieved by sharing. He said that in 1951, and he was the leader of the Buddha movement, which was a land gift movement, which inspired a lot of people in India. There is this thing of Gaia theory, which I consider to be very important nowadays, to understand that we are all interdependent and connected to each other. And this idea that came from Gandhi as well, which says we are coming from ownership to trusteeship. Trusteeship should be something that we should get into the earth. To trust the earth, to trust each other, and not own the earth or own a land or something. So this is a very interesting way of thinking and having a sense of being and belonging to a community. There are some communities going on right now. I'm part of Global Shapers community. If there is any Global Shaper, please raise their hands. Okay, good, some 5. Sandboxes in the house, any sandboxes in the house? No? Plus Social Good and Ouishare. Who feels belonging to Ouishare, please raise your hand, because I feel belonging. Okay, that's good, and that's the sense of a community. So what's going on? We're moving from an egocentric to an ecocentric economy. I really like this yin yang representing the power of women coming into power, like shift of states, shift of companies, and this brings more sensitiveness, more heart, this feeling of caring for each other, caring economy. You know, that's very something interesting that's coming on more and more. Collaboration, more than ever, is becoming better, more important than competition. And we will see that for the whole day, the 3 days ahead. We are entering in a new kind of economy, which is more human conscious, is more collaborative, is more transparent, more sustainable, more social and civic. If we, in our projects, our business companies, and in the relations of our lives, we understand this, and we really put some purpose on it, we will drive change, and we will have a very resilient type of company. We have to remember that human nature is not a machine. that we have an operational system, which is love, and love so many times is forgotten inside companies and inside several other institutions. Why? Why is that? Why we don't talk about love in big companies or medium companies? Why? It's an operational system, is what makes us move. There is this book from E.F. Schumacher, Small is Beautiful, and I bring 3 big ideas from him. An economy based on growth paradigm and endless search for wealth is by definition unsustainable. He says as well that if our economy is generating inequality, alienation, and spiritual death, then we should rethink it all. And as well, he says, people can only be themselves in small groups. Small groups are communities. They're communities that bring all together and have a purpose. We're passing through a metamorphosis where you have hierarchical companies, multiple hierarchical companies with different autonomous, and maybe oligarchy companies, you know? That's happening. The B Corp Declaration, which are the B Corps movement, more and more coming on. They are purpose-driven business, and we will take a look at these other texts with a presentation later. And I would like to bring some very interesting projects that are going on in Brazil right now. One is Catarse. It's the biggest crowdfunding platform in Latin America. It raised $7 million. And there is one specific thing I would like to bring. It's open source. Because it's open source, it was able to develop several other platforms, like skill sharing platform, like Nós Você, which had this thing. We shared Fast Porto Alegre, which is happening right now in Porto Alegre. They organized themselves with this platform, with this technology, which came from an open source platform. Neighborly, which is a civic crowdfunding platform to develop interesting civic projects in the USA. And there is Meu Rio. Meu Rio is a very interesting civic engagement platform based in Rio de Janeiro for people to gather around public and political issues and to discuss about it. There is Rio Mais, which is a very other interesting platform for open innovation for big projects on the city. They gathered people, government, companies, and academia in the same purpose to open innovate projects for the city. They have more than 1,600 ideas, and they have even an offline platform to vote, where they got it 13,000 votes in this beach, which is Copacabana. It's a nice beach. If you don't know, you should go. It's a proper beach. You know, they have several projects. One I would say, which is very interesting, is Praça 2.0, which is a Square 2.0, to put a free internet all over the place for people can connect, share ideas and everything. We did last week, Colabora Rio, which was the first big like mini Ouishare in Rio de Janeiro. There were 150 people. We had an open space where people could debate on the things that were told. There is Goma, which I told you before, which is this co-working space of 60 co-founders. This is our meeting, strategic meeting. It's true, you know, we are meeting, having some beer and deciding the future. This is the place where we work. And just to tell you, there is some collaborative purpose-driven business which don't have business model yet. For example, like Close It, which is a geo-located sharing platform focused on women. There is no business model. And why? Because they know it delivers value. There is O Sujeito, which is a first crowdfunding platform for independent journalism in Brazil. And as well, there is no business model. Why? Because it exists. It's important to exist. And we are searching for it. So in the sharing economy, in the collaborative economy, we're going to see lots of things bringing in, and which they don't have business model yet. But I'm sure that more and more some financial flows are coming in to this new world. So just to finish my presentation and try to bring some inspiration for a nice project from Brazil, and it's the best project, in my opinion, that came into Catarse. Out of 1,000 projects succeeded in this platform. It's called Pimp My Carroça. It's a 2-minute video, so please plug in. Sound?
Toneladas de resíduos diariamente, e apenas 1,2% é encaminhado para reciclagem. Se São Paulo ainda não se afogou em seus próprios resíduos, é porque há um trabalho quase invisível de cerca de 20 mil catadores de materiais recicláveis. My Carroça tomou as ruas de São Paulo e pela primeira vez muita gente teve contato com os catadores de materiais recicláveis. Foi um dia histórico. Estávamos reconhecendo nesses agentes marginalizados a importância de seu trabalho, não apenas para as ruas, mas para toda a sociedade.
Esse projeto é justamente a junção de uma arte marginalizada, que é o grafite, com o catador, que é um agente marginal, transformando a arte, chamando, aproximando as pessoas, fazendo esse papel. A gente vai transformar eles de agentes marginais para agentes ambientais, que já são, mas a gente vai dar esse reconhecimento.
Desde 86 nessa luta e nunca tivemos um privilégio como esse de hoje aqui para nós, catadores de papel, tá aqui sendo homenageado e nossas carroças sendo reformadas. Quantas vezes nós perdemos ela na rua, que a prefeitura passava, levava nossas carroças embora e nós ficávamos atados sem ter como trabalhar. Tinha que arrumar outra para a nossa sobrevivência de novo.
Plante a semente da bondade através de cada gesto. Na terra onde passar, deixe sempre um manifesto a favor do bem sem distinção de credo ou cor. Pecar, mas sempre carregar consigo um grande amor onde eu for. Sinais eu deixarei no ambiente para que sejam repassados numa corrente crescente.
Eu vim aqui justamente para ter mais visibilidade, não só para mim, para os outros amigos carroceiros, que tem muitos que não veio porque estão trabalhando. Hoje eu tirei o dia para vir aqui. Mas se eu não tivesse vindo aqui, justamente eu estaria na rua trabalhando para conseguir manter minha família com dignidade, entendeu? Porque muitas vezes o cara olha assim e fala, pô, esse cara aí tá sujando a avenida, tá atrapalhando o trânsito. Mas não sabe que eu tô limpando a cidade, tô ajudando com isso a manter minha família.
Que às vezes nós, muitos catadores e catadoras, somos invisíveis para a sociedade. O evento mostra que na pintura dos nossos carrinhos, nas condições melhores de trabalho, mostra qual a importância do papel do catador e da catadora para o meio ambiente.
Está dando uma visibilidade e uma dignidade para o catador. Sabemos que a carroça é uma atração humana, muita gente é contra, mas o catador que não está ainda na fase de organização, que está se organizando, a ferramenta dele é essa, e essa é um instrumento de trabalho.
Foram mais de 800 doadores, milhares de apoiadores que construíram esse projeto inédito. E o que isso quer dizer? Que não tivemos rabo preso com o interesse particular de nenhuma empresa ou político, que o povo mostrou que, já que o poder público não faz nada, nós fazemos. Só de o projeto ter sido financiado coletivamente pelo método conhecido como crowdfunding e ter sido produzido de forma colaborativa, já demonstra o interesse da sociedade em saber como se trata o material reciclável de São Paulo. Porque o que para uns é lixo, para outros é luxo.
Porque a gente começa a quebrar um vínculo de que saem da sociedade civil.
So people, this video goes on. I will share the link with the people from the Ouishare team. I just want to tell you the last sentence. We have a bright future ahead of us, and it's up to us to make it happen. Thank you very much.